As I talk to leaders of all generations, I often hear of a struggle to know how to engage the culture around us in an engaging and biblical manner. We're often finding that traditional approaches to leadership feel flawed as we're seeking to lead in new ways and into the future. I often hear of leaders having trouble relating to or appreciating the perspectives and behaviors of those who are older or younger than them. So in my new book, Daniel Generation, Godly Leadership in an Ungodly Culture, I want to look at the changes occurring in our culture and the impact of the generational differences that we're experiencing. I'm going to study the life of Daniel, and we're going to unfold some of the leadership lessons and principles that godly leaders of all ages can apply today as we learn how to be effective in an evolving context. Lastly, in the book, we're going to consider what God is doing in the midst of what seems to be a chaotic and confusing world, and identify some biblical perspectives that can help us thrive as we lead today. I've been studying leadership and generational trends for over 15 years. In interacting with leaders across this country and around the globe, I saw that young leaders were faced with challenges today that are often unfamiliar to those who are mentoring, teaching, and managing them. Experienced leaders are navigating a context that requires skills and understanding different from what we used 10 or 15 years ago. I saw the need for a resource that could equip both groups, older, experienced leaders and younger, new leaders, to understand our cultural context, some of the generational differences we're experiencing, while also providing biblical principles to bring us together and guide us as we navigate a complex context. The story of Daniel provides the basis for this conversation. On the cover of my book, there's a picture that captures what I see as the purpose of a Daniel generation: those who remain faithful to God and His principles amidst an increasingly ungodly culture. In John 1, the scripture says that the light shines in the darkness and the darkness has not overcome it. I believe that godly leaders of all ages, as we come together and embrace what God is calling us to in this season, will be that light that will shine in the darkness.